Hey YouTube, this is Stardust Hunter, and we're going to be doing a update on one of my deck profiles. And of course, as you guys can see, I could have done this earlier. I did have the cards, but I wanted to wait it, so that's why it's a little after the ban list. It's been a while, but still, I'm super happy. We actually got Servant back to 3, so I went online on TCG Player and ordered me 3 copies, so when I do the deck profile, or update this deck profile, I can show you guys the super rare. So instead of using my commons, I actually got some super rares. But yes, we're going to be doing an updated deck profile. Not much has changed, except, like I said, Servant. But I'm still want to do a list for you guys, so then for you who are either gonna pick up a Endymion again, or have a Endymion, don't know a good pretty much a good build, this is a good way to help start you off, and then from there you can learn even more and add more stuff, change it the way you want. But yes, enough of me talking, and let's go straight to deck. So I'm gonna show you off this beautiful deck. I am super happy that Server went to 3. Now we just need Electromite. I'm not gonna stop until we get Electromite. Alright, first, the new card that just came off the list, and I have 3 super rares. We got 3 Servant Endymion. So this is the most important card of the deck, pretty much. This is your searcher, and it's your low scale that you can use to pendulum summon it, but mostly you're just going to use it to search it. It kind of sucked when we only had 1 because it was less consistent, but now since we have 3, it's more consistent. So pretty much what you're going to do is put this in your skill, activate 3 spell cards, including pendulums, count as spells. This gets counters, and what you do, you can special summon. So pretty much you can special summon your Mythical Jackal King, or you can do your Master of Servant. So pretty much you can start building up your board. This is a super awesome card. I really love it, and I'm super happy that we have 2. Also, I think you can rescale it too if it's destroyed, because when it special summons itself, so if it's destroyed or some sort, I think you can put it back in your skill. It's a super awesome card. Okay, next up, we play, of course, the main master, the longest card of Yu-Gi-Oh! 3 Master. This is an awesome card. This is going to be your primary skill 8. So then if you control, if you control 8 counters, you can remove, no, I think it's 6 counters, you can remove them, you can special summon him, and then for each card that you have a counter, you can destroy that mini card. Also, he's your skill 8, so then you can pendulum summon from skill 2 to 8. So pretty much this is your main skill 8, but also this is like your boss monster. Also, a lot of people don't know, if he has a spell counter on him, he cannot be destroyed by card effects, and also he can actually start spell cards too. He can take off a counter, or no, return a monster that has spell counters, and he gets the spell counters, and then you can negate. So this can stop your lightning storms, this can stop your evenly matches, this can pretty much stop anything that's gonna hurt your board. Heartbeat, Feather Duster, anything like that. Also, he is indestructible, 28 beat stick, so can't go wrong. Next up, we got Master of Endymion. So this is your other skill if you need to, if you already special summon your other 2. So this is pretty much going to be your skill 8. Also, I think he can actually special summon monsters directly from your hand. So, yep. Once it has 3 spell counters on him. Next up, since we play a lot of stuff, we play 3 Chronograph, because it's always a good card just to build up spell counters. You put in your skill, pop it, and then you can special summon Time Gazer Magician. Also allows you to sub, so you can, pretty much, let's say you have this card in your hand and you want to have extra monster, so what you do, activate this. Let's say you have a Servant, so you get a counter, pop this card, special summon Time, normal summon this card, and then you can go into Beyond the Pendulum. Of course, if we had Electromite, you could have gone into Electromite too. But, good card. It's a good card to building up spell counters and to get a monster on the board so you can start doing your plays. Okay, next up we play 2 Mystical Beast Servers. This is an awesome card because pretty much if you have 4 spell counters, you can remove it and you can target a card your opponent monster controls and banish it, and then it gains attack points. And also there's a way to get him out. Let's say you draw him first turn, you activate your Pendulum Cell, and you don't have nothing else in your Pendulum Cell. You can pop him, get Jackal King, activate Jackal King, then activate Jackal King's effect, target him, special summon your extra monster cell, and then you're already off to the races, pretty much. Super awesome card for getting over big monsters, and pretty much he gains a huge amount of attack points. And, of course, the other Jackal King, we have Mystical Jackal King. So this is another way to get Cerberus, but also, if you get 2 spell counters on it, you can negate monster effects. So this is a good card to negate pretty much monster effects, so your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And to get your Cerberus if you need to. Next up, we have 2 Reaction of Endymion. This one, I think, special summons... Hold up. I think this special summons from your extra deck. Each time a spell card is activated, remove 3, Oh, it's a pendulum zone. Never mind. I thought it was extra deck, but this is actually a pendulum zone. But yeah, this is mainly going to be your skill 2 if you need to use low skills besides, of course, servant. Of course, we play pendulums. You can't play pendulums while Astro Sorcerer. Always play one every pendulum deck because it's a good card. When a card's destroyed, you can special summon them out and then add the card that was destroyed. Plus, he's level 7 because we do actually have a lot of level 7s in this deck for Exceed plays. And of course, since we play Chronograph, we do play one Timegazer Magician. Alright, on to spells. We have 3 Spell Power Majesty. So this card is pretty much your Rhoda for the deck. It can let you search. So let's say if you don't have Servant turn 1, you can activate this, add Servant. Know that this can also add a spell counter on a card, and then you can add another spell power. I think you can add another spell power mastery to your hand. But yeah, this is pretty much a way to search and add spell counters to your cards. Actually, I don't think this is the one that searches. This is the one that searches. Spell Power Grass pretty much adds counters and searches itself. Yeah, I think this is the one that does it. I don't think that one does it. Next up, we have Village. Of course, since we play Spellcasters, who wouldn't want to play Village? Because, I mean, Village just allows your opponent not to play any spell cards. And spell cards is an important card, well, it's an important mechanic of Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you can lock out your, like, this is a awesome card against like runic cards because they rely on spell cards and Sky Striker cards. So anything that relies on spell cards a lot. The only thing this doesn't really affect is other spellcaster decks and trap decks like Labyrinth and like Eldritch and stuff that don't really care about, you know, their spell cards. But anything that does rely on spell cards, it's a good way to lock them out. Next up, we play 2 Pod Zires. Of course, we have tons of copies. It's always good to draw. And it's a spell card, so we get counters for it. Next up, we play 2 Lord Darkness. We don't have too much dark monsters, but we do have some, and this also lets us get deeper into our deck, and it's spell cards, so get counters, and we can draw more cards. Next up, we play 2 Pendulum Treasure. This is a good card, definitely, I've been testing it a lot, and I actually really like using it. And this deck is awesome because, you know, it's a spell card, so you get a counter, but also lets you out, so what monster you want in your extra deck. So let's say you don't have a Jackal King, but you have Master and all that stuff, then you can activate Pendulum Treasure, send it to your extra deck, Pendulum Summon, and now you have a Jackal King, pretty much. Pretty much, it's a way to search a card that you can't get normally. Next up, since we do play, you know, Endymions, we play 1 Citadel, so this is pretty much, you know, pretty much you can use your Endymion effect, so like Servant, let's say you don't have enough counters, but this thing has enough counters on it, you can take off the counter from this, and then you can activate Servant's effect. But yeah, this is pretty much to store counters and to use counters, pretty much. Or to bounce it back if you have Master to negate a spell effect. And since we do play field spells, we play 1 Terraforming, so we can search those field spells. We play Regeki to pretty much board break. It's always good to, you know, break boards, and then you get counters, so then you can go for the end game. We do play Called by the Grave because, you know, Ash Blossom exists, and, you know, this is a good card anyway. It's just to stop hand trap. So let's say if you play Servant, then your opponent Ashes, play Servant, then you negate it. Upstart gives your opponent 1,000, you draw a card, and plus it gives you spell counters. And then we play 1 Harpy's Feather Duster to deal with those back row decks, clear them out, and also gives us spell counters. And the only traps we play are 2 Metaverse. Now this is fun because let's say you didn't get Terraforming or you didn't get Spellcaster Village. Set this past your opponent's turn, your opponent does something, active chain it, and then now your opponent can't play any spell cards because you control spellcasters. Good card, pretty much. Happy it went back to 3 because, of course, Mystic Mind got banned. Alright, now into the extra deck. We play 1 Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon because we have a way to cheat him out, pretty much. And then we play number 11 Big Eye. Of course, this is a card that's being super effective in Kashtira. It's getting pretty expensive, but I'm happy to have this because we do have level 7s, and it's always good to take your opponent's monsters, so then you can either link them off, or, you know, use them for your own cheat plays, depending on, you know, your stuff. And of course, Odd Eyes Absolute, so this is the card to cheat out Vortex, because go into him, and then you link this card off, pretty much that allows his effect to activate, then you can just get Vortex. And, you know, Vortex is always good, Pendulum Negation. Red Eyes Fire Metal Dragon. This is a good card. Pretty much this is like Mass Dragon, but the old-fashioned way, where if this thing has attachments, every time your opponent activates effect, they take 500 points of damage. So it's a good way to put some damage onto them. And then we'll play Generator the Moral Leader. Pretty much this helps negate spell cards, and since we do play level 6 spellcasters, and this is a spellcaster, it fits, and it's an extra way of negation. Alright, and the Link monsters, we play one Axis Kotaker because, you know, we can't Link summon a lot, and, you know, he's always a good guy. He's always fun to use. One Borosword Dragon, the cheap version Axis Kotaker. I still like using this card. And then, of course, since we play Endymions, I mean, you can't go wrong with Sling. She's one of the perfect cards to let you do extension, and she gets counters on it. So let's say if you can't get counters any other way, or you used up most of it, she can get counters for your Jackal King, or your Master, or whatever you need to use to, you know, stop your opponent. And then, of course, since we do play level 7s, this is a good card because he pretty much, if you use level 7s, he pretty much he can't be destroyed. He becomes a tough boy to deal with. Not tough as a Dragoon, but still. Of course, Nightmare Unicorn, good way to bounce back your opponent's monster, so bounce any threat your opponent has with you. Of course, since we play Pendulums, we have Beyond the Pendulum to let us search. Like I said, it works well with that combo, like with a Chronograph Sorcerer. And then, of course, we play another Endymion card, just to get counters on it, pretty much. Or to clean climb into, like, Axis Kotaker. Nightmare Phoenix, my bad, not Unicorn. Phoenix is a good way to pop a card, and I love Phoenix. And then we have Cerberus. This card's really good too because it pops special summon monster, so you need to get rid of quick threats. Those Link 2s are pretty good. And this card I tossed in last time. This guy is pretty good because he actually protects. I know people were using this for Mystic Mind, but I decided, yeah, why not? We can probably use him to protect our Spellcaster Village, so you know our opponent can't play spell cards. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick update. Hopefully more stuff comes off the list, so then I can do more updates. Like I said, if Electromite comes off, I have to do an update for my Pendulum Magician, my Odd Eyes, and this deck, of course. And I have to pick up more Electromites because I only have 2. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck pro. Hopefully this deck pro is good for you. Definitely if you're starting out as an Endymion player, or just want to see a different type of builds and want to change up your own deck too. And if you have any suggestions what to improve this deck, I'll definitely appreciate it. You can leave that down in the comments section below. But yes, hopefully I'll have more deck profiles for you guys in the future. I know with this one, I said I was going to do test hands and I didn't do it for this one. But this one, I'm going to try to do a test hand video. Last time I kind of failed, I didn't do it. But this time I'm going to do it because it's a lot more awesome because we got Servant at 3 now. So it's going to be more fun to see go off. So hopefully I can get that video out for you guys. And of course, if you guys want to see more of my content, please subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. I'm trying to reach 250 subs, so if you can help me get to that goal, love you greatly, and I would definitely appreciate it, because I definitely want to do something special once we reach 250. I might do like maybe a giveaway, or like maybe a tournament, or I don't know, something. Once we get closer, then I'll start to think about it more, but until then, just help a brother out. Also, don't forget to like this video. It really helps out the algorithm. And also, if you have other people that want to, get into Yu-Gi-Oh! And don't know a good deck to start into, you can show up this video because Endymions is a really easy deck to learn. It's super fun, and it's a good way to gain into the game if they can handle all that text, because that's a lot of text. But definitely, show it to your parents or your friends or your grandma or your cousins, whoever you think you can show it to. And also, don't forget to click the bell icon so whenever I do new deck profiles, dual videos, pack openings, live streams, you definitely want to be here all there for this, so don't forget to click the bell icon. And yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.